Achalo mundi sou passar que chale eu põe ici. Vou do nettoyer eu apuro. Gordon Henderson, Fritz Roy Williams, say yo. Vivian Wallace, exact one group first check Joe. Yo passé tous les voyages et musique nous. Mais attends joli, jeunesse qui la j'ai. Si pas tes wadix qui qu'a poussé. For only wonders you done for us all, spreading the culture all over the world. For only good things that you done for God, that's what it is. We thanking you. We thanking you, brother. Trip. Apou wete ba moun frère la yon mange a quitter la vie. Apprécier ça yo ka fait ko yo a parmi nous jodi. La c'est mauvais balai bien non nous ka crucifier mauvais. Faut nous connaître pour meilleur c'est pour nous tout ça bénéfice. For only wonders you done for us all, spreading the culture all over the world. For all the good things that you done for God, that's what it is. We thanking you. We thanking you, brother. Trip. Pour tout ça au café, et pour Jafé, pour Colchono, et pour ça au café, pour Cadas la Esprit, et puis pour ça, pour les points en temps aujourd'hui, pour lui en pile merci. Prince Wadix, Prince Wadix, Prince Wadix, Prince Wadix, Prince Wadix.
Good morning, Dominica. This is the voice of Julie Roberts in studios at Q95 for another edition of Creole Heartbeat. And this morning is a very special day, not just because it's May 19th on the beautiful island of Dominica, but today we're celebrating none other than Mr. Wadix himself. Do I give his full government name on radio? We're celebrating Leroy Wadix Charles today. Today is his birthday, and he figured we were going to have a show where we're speaking about the history of Creole. But in fact, we topicked today's show, the icon himself, Wadix. So happy birthday to Wadix. We have two handsome men in studios with me today. We have Mr. Gordon Henderson and also Mr. Raymond Lawrence. At the second half of the show, we're welcoming everyone in the audience who's listening, whether you're watching on Facebook, you're listening in Radio Land, wherever you are, to find a telephone that you can reach in and you can wish Wadix a happy birthday. We are acknowledging the contribution he has placed and given to Dominica, whether in culture, music, media, entertainment, right now travel. He's multifaceted, he's multi-talented, and today we celebrate him. We have a bad way of celebrating people only after their death, but we're trying to develop a new culture here where we give flowers while you're still in the land of the living. So happy birthday, Wadix, from Julie. And you will get many more from me today. The beautiful thing also, he's in Wadadley performing at Julie's. Okay. And, he said to me, I've never been out of Dominica for my birthday. You know how long I don't go anywhere? But I'm going to Antigua, Julie, and I'm going to play at Julie's. And I'm like, oh, okay, this was meant to be. So I hope somebody can call him and say, you've been ambushed. They're celebrating you on Q95 today. Good morning, Mr. Raymond, and good morning, Mr. Gordon. Let's go with Mr. Raymond in studio first.
Hi, morning to you, Julie. Let me say good morning to Gordon Henderson and our DJ who is here in studio.
We have a DJ?
Yeah, Julie, thank you very much for inviting me to this program. Thank you for this honor to be part of this celebration and recognition of such a wonderful, and you're right in terming him a cultural icon.
Yes.
We're talking about Leroy Waddix Charles, who is very well known, a household name, as they say, in Dominica and in parts of the region, I'm sure, for his work in broadcasting, I would say generally, in culture as well. He was also in theater, and of course, he had other involvements like with the union. Now he's country manager of Val Ferry. That's another popular line now that's being, the services are being made available for persons who want to travel by boat. He's involved in that as well. But of course, he maintains his radio presence on Creole Heartbeat, which is another creation, wonderful, more recent creation of his in terms of the radio programs and his magazine. And then he had his hit powered Creole on DBS for years on a Friday evening, still does. And his Kada Spectacular on a Saturday afternoon for many years as well. So let me join you, Julie and Gordon, and all others in wishing Waddix a very happy birthday. I didn't realize he wasn't here, Julie, until you said so today that he is in Wadadley, but it doesn't matter. A birthday is a birthday no matter where you are.
Yes.
So we celebrate his birthday today, Friday, May 19th. We wish you a very happy birthday, Waddix. We wish you many, many more years of resourceful enterprise, resourceful projects and plans and programs as you usually do. And we just wish you continued success with your work.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm wondering if we can go over to Mr. Henderson now. I don't know if he's still with us, but you know, when did you first meet Waddix or knew of him?
I knew of him many years ago. I'm not sure exactly how old we were at the time. I want to say I was still in my teens, and if not my teens, certainly very early 20s. Because he was also involved in theater in Dominica. There was a group called the Aquarian Expression. He was part of that. He was part of a young cultural drama group as well. I remember he attended the St. Mary's Academy. He was also an athlete, a very good athlete at that, running very, very fast. He was also a footballer as well, and he's still running fast, right, Julie? Still running fast and doing a number of things that is multitasking.
Yes.
He was also a footballer. I remember him representing Dominica in the youth football team. That was way back as well. And I think it was around 1996 when Dennis Joseph invited him to be part of DBS to do a program, Creole programs on DBS. And this phenomenon, I mean, we had Ferdinand, I was about to say Ferdinand Frampton doing a Creole program on DBS. And of course Felix Henderson, our cultural icon as well. But certainly Waddix has played a huge role in promoting Creole, especially on radio. Radio has a vast reach, it has vast listenership. So what you cannot do talking to people on the road, certainly radio can do.
Definitely.
In terms of spreading the word, not just in Dominica, but overseas as well.
Yes.
So he's doing that for so many years too. Very consistent, persevering type of personality in his work. And he has made great impact, great waves on the cultural landscape in Dominica. And we really want to congratulate him on his work. And again, it's his birthday, so I mean, hey, part of the celebration, right?
Mr. Henderson, over to you. We're asking, when was the first time you met Waddix? Can you hear us? Mr. Henderson? I don't. Maybe you're muted because we're not hearing you. Okay, so we will ask our technician to deal with that. We have the beautiful Marva Williams here with us. Marva, I want you in the camera space, you know. So, so I don't know how we're gonna just shift over. We have Marva here in studios with us. I was just telling our listeners that Wadix thought we're talking about the history of Creole. Don't know we're talking about his history today. So we have another person here who can celebrate and be a part of Wadix's history, Miss Marva Williams, the marketing director or manager of Digicel Dominica. Good morning.
Hi, good morning to you, Julie. Hi, Mr. Lawrence.
Good
Good
morning,
Swim.
Marva.
And of course, good morning to the listeners of Q95. So, first of all, happy birthday, Wanix. We would have started off wishing him happy birthday on Wednesday at the Creole Heartbeat program. But we just want to extend the blessings to him and wish him an awesome day, a well-deserved celebration of his birthday. today.
Yes, definitely. And how long has Wadix been with Digicel?
Wadix is actually one of the longest serving ambassadors with Digicel. So Digicel this month is celebrating 17 years. Wadix has been an ambassador of Digicel for 17 years.
Look at
Never
that.
skipping a bit.
Look at you know that my DJ didn't I ask you for the applause button and all these things we had to set up today. This was one of the moments. That's
And
definitely
that's another
something.
achievement in his string
Wow.
of achievements
Yes,
in his
it
life.
is.
Yes.
And we would have boasted about that on Wednesday, the fact that he never skipped a beat.
Yes.
We know that, Digicel wasn't always as amazing. The awesomeness keeps increasing every year, and he stayed, he's transitioned as the company has transitioned. So that indeed is amazing.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, definitely. So we lost Mr. Henderson. I advised him to try to reconnect so we can hear what he has to say. But Mr. Oh, you're back. Good morning. Can you hear us loud and clear?
Good morning. I can hear you. I can see you. Good morning. Julie Roberts, Marva Williams, and the boss.
The boss. Good morning. Good morning.
Raymond Lawrence, of course.
Yes.
Good morning to you. Good morning.
Morning, Gordon.
Morning.
Nice
Good
to
to
Good
see
see
you.
morning. Good morning.
You again. Yeah.
Yes.
It's,
So our initial question was, how long have you known Wadix? When was your first time meeting him?
I can't quite remember, but it would have to be probably something like 30 years ago.
Wow.
I didn't know him during the famous Wadi Kole days. I heard about Wadi Kole, but I think I met him for the first time probably about 30, 40 years ago.
Okay. All right. And what were you guys doing when you met him? Was it for a project or you just met him?
I met him in a very serious way at the World Creole Music Festival. He was on the committee from probably the first year because I got to the committee on the first year, and he was understudying to in fact take over the management of the World Creole Music Festival. It didn't happen that way. So I was involved in what they call the international coordination, and he traveled with Eddie Toulon. We traveled throughout the Caribbean together. So that's where I got to know him very well. I hope he's listening because something that always comes up every time we speak about our travels across the Caribbean with the late Eddie Toulon is when we went to Trinidad on one occasion, and on arrival, he was so disappointed because the airline company or whoever, they stole his brand new Nike sneakers.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, and to lose something like that, when you're traveling, that's a
And
huge loss.
even today, Nike sneakers, I mean, is very, very valuable.
Well, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Mr. Henderson spoke about Wadi Kole. I of course haven't been around long enough, but do you guys have any memories of Wadi Kole?
Definitely not me. The only memories I have of Wadikoli, just like you, it's probably even worse for me, is what I've heard from people. But while we're talking about, how long we've known Wadik, so I used to hear of
Mhm.
Wadix and Wadikoli. Wadix and them used to be in, Granby and the area, those areas a lot. I would have started hearing about Wadix, as Gordon mentioned about the World Creole Music Festival when I was going to college. And then I really engaged Wadix, for a number of years when I started working at the Dominica Festivals Committee, that would have been around 2006, 2007. And that is where I started to understand, the personality
Yes.
and the passionate individual called Wadix, where not only the festival is concerned, but Creole in entirety, and then the rest is just history.
Yes, yes. When he said it, I was like, wait, everybody here is connected except me, because when he said World Creole Music Festival, I said, oh, okay, good stuff.
But the
You know Wadi
actual
Kole.
Kole,
Okay,
yes,
we
for
don't
sure.
we have a legend.
From what I remember, in the 1980s, actually. Because before that, you had the live bands playing at dances and things like that. But the sound system, what we call today, I think we call it hi-fi, wasn't really like popular at the time. It wasn't really the in thing. It was more the live bands that you'd be
Okay.
attending, dances, swinging stars, and things like that. Um, so that's how the name Wadikole came about. He and a guy called Francis Ole, I remember, who was a neighbor of mine actually.
Okay.
And some other people got together to form this very, very dynamic group, and they set up this sound system called Wadikole. So the term Wadikole is a fusion of Wadix and Ole, because it was Francis Ole. So that's how
I
they
didn't
ended
even
up
know
with
that.
Wadi Kole. I understand it was Hixie, the calypsonian, who sort of gave them the idea of
This
the
is
name.
why we need you for everything. I need to find out when is your birthday, because we need to.
So when they came out, and it's a new, anytime you have something new, you have a sound system, they're playing a lot of music, they're playing a lot of French, a lot of decadence, a lot of Dominican music. They became very, very popular. They made quite an impact on the time that the years that they existed. So that was how
Quite
that
an
Wadikole
impact,
thing.
Mr.
Yes, a lot of
Quite
impact.
an impact.
And they would use them to play at different occasions, different events, and on the streets and so on.
In
Yeah.
many different avenues. If Wadix was there right now, he would laugh. Quite an impact.
But Mr. Henderson, have you been to any of Wadi Kole's? As a matter of fact, I thought Wadi Kole was Wadix. I thought that was just his tagline. I didn't realize it was the name of the band or the
system.
the
The sound
system. But
yeah.
have you been did you go to any of those dances or thing where they played?
No, I
Must
was
have been
out of Dominica
Oh,
when
okay.
they were popular. However, I have done shows with Wadix, so I would sing as an artist, and he would be on the same show as a DJ,
Okay. Okay.
and even out of Dominica as well. I remember doing the last one with him in Miami, Florida.
Okay. All right. So I don't know. Is he stuck? To those of us listening and want to do just a little contribution, it would be nice to hear of your experiences at Wadi Kole, and not showing your age, but we'd just like to hear some of those. And also, if you want to wish Wadix happy birthday, we're opening the phone lines now. You can call to wish him happy birthday. You can also call to wish him long life, and also tell us your first time you met him, the impact he has had on you personally, or also to our country via culture, media, or any other way he has touched your life. So we're going to open the phone lines while we're in studio. You can call, or we already have somebody on the phone line. Good morning, Creole Heartbeat.
Good morning. I didn't get a chance this morning to wish Mr. Leroy Wadigo Charles a happy birthday.
Birthday.
Wadix, enjoy the day. I've known Wadix so many times as a little boy as what those do.
All right.
I
Thank you
know him
so
for a
much.
very long time.
And then Wadix, we're not going to ask you how old you are, right?
No.
We're going to leave that. We're going to leave that out.
All right. Thank you for your contribution. You know, I keep hearing this. Is it Laje? I know I cannot say correctly. Where did that come from? Because I know that's
Oh
another
my
signature
gosh,
associated with him.
Yes. You know, Wadix comes up with those kinds of expressions that really become iconic in a way, as you yourself, you're identifying with the Laje and so on. And, you know, I think he played a very important role in helping to further promote. You had bands like Exile One, then you had Ophelia, Midnight Groovers, and so
I don't mean to cut you. We have somebody on the phone
Sure,
line.
sure.
Good morning, Creole Heartbeat.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Happy birthday to Wadix, a name that is a household name in Dominica
Yeah, that's right.
and a cultural icon. And indeed, Raymond Lawrence, I have to say a big thank you to you for the tremendous work you've done for Dominica culture. And you continue to work in the vineyard also. God bless. Wadix, have a good day.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
Thank
very
you.
much.
I know he singled you out, but when he said it, I realized I'm sitting with Marva and also Gordon Henderson.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's right.
you guys are all people who have been doing a lot in Dominica. So I know it's Wadix's day, but thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Yes, yes.
Let me jump in before someone calls. You know, when Julie Roberts contacted me about today and spoke about Wadix, you know, at this time, we know of Prince Charles, who became King Charles.
Yeah, that's right.
Wadix, Prince Charles, Prince Wadix. I really thought that we were going to prepare the coronation of King Charles.
Oh, wow, that's a good one.
Yeah. I really thought, because we will not reveal his age, but I think that he's probably old enough to move from Prince Wadix to King Wadix. Follow the
I'll be
Charleston.
calling you after that. I want to know what it is. I want to know.
We have a caller. Good morning, Creole Heartbeat.
Forgive me for not acknowledging your presence in the house, Mr. Lawrence, this beautiful young lady, and this Marva, and the other king himself, Mr. Gordon Henderson.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, thanks. It's okay.
All right. So maybe I can let the cat out of the bag now. And we might have to point some fingers on our producer, but we were trying to come together and do, a We Are the World music song or whatever for him for today. But our producer let us down because we were supposed to launch that today. So I guess it opened doors for better opportunities. So if you are an artist, or you can just like me say Laje, but you want to contribute to such a production with Sakai Maladi, yes,
That's right.
and you have to say it with that voice,
Yeah.
We are definitely
Sakai Maladi is another
yes.
iconic expression.
We are definitely going to put something together, because as a cultural icon, a cultural representative for Dominica, I think that we are the world. You know that feeling where you have even though you're singing Booyah, or you're singing Kadas, you're singing Zouk, we want to put something together to actually thank Prince Wadix or King Wadix today for his contributions thus far in Dominica. So at Creole Heartbeat, we'll give you more information as to when we're doing this. But it was really supposed to be his birthday gift for today. I wish it had come through. You were saying something, Mr. Lawrence.
No, I was just talking about the iconic expression, and then Marva also shouted Sakai Malad.
Yes.
Saki Pani Vian, Sukwezo. That one was sort of
And he
traditional
still does
one.
that,
Yeah, he still does
I have
that.
friends, who look for. I remember sometime last year he took a pause, and I have this friend, and she was saying, why did Wadix take a pause? Because you would wait for him on a Saturday afternoon at free, and then he's in the studio, you're at your home, and he creates that whole party atmosphere, and then people would literally be kicking off, so he has that type of personality. But if I permit me to just continue, we have somebody on the line.
Yes, we do.
All right.
Good morning, Creole Heartbeat.
Greetings and blessings. Yeah, hello?
Hello.
Yes, good day.
Yeah, good day.
Greetings.
Yes, this is Kofi. And I just want to take the opportunity. First of all, let me say good day and blessings to Gordon, Mr. Raymond Lawrence, and Julia, and yourself.
And Marva.
Want to take the opportunity, yes. Take the opportunity to wish Wadik, like God say, King Wadik, very, very happy birthday, Wadik and I went to school together, so I haven't got to get the kids. But yeah.
So you can tell us.
Don't do that. Wadik still.
Yeah, we went to school together from good school, so I know all my life. Yeah. But I want to take the opportunity to big him up for everything that he's doing, has done. And I remember him putting up RSP back in the days to tag up with Wadi Kohe to do some gigs around on the beaches and stuff like that around the air. And that gave us a big boost in terms of our music and what we went on to do later. So I want to take the opportunity, like I said, to wish him all the best in life and health, strength and enough niceness. All right? Big up the man in the house.
All right. Thank you for your contribution.
Also for his role in culture in Dominica.
Thank you very much. Marv was going to say something.
Yes, I just want to dive a little bit more in, me and when it comes to wax, So I would have spent so many years at the Dominica Festivals Committee. I would have actually gotten to know more of Gordon Henderson, don't forget Jeff Joseph, all about Ophelia, and so through Wadix, just to speak to his passion and so, Wadix would tell you stories like so many things, like Wadix has told me so many things where Gordon and Ophelia and Jeff Joseph and all those icons are concerned that one day I had to tell him, somebody needs to, I hope he has somebody actually creating a memoir and so on. But I just want to speak to Wadix's personality. Wadix has a very, very strong personality. And he's very passionate, and oftentimes people will take your passion as you having an attitude and stuff like that. But he's a person, when he believes in something, he will stand for what he believes in, regardless. And some of that personality would have rubbed off on me over the years, especially where Creole is concerned. And just to speak to his contribution, he's contributed vastly to the World Creole Music Festival. He's of the firm belief that Creole element in the World Creole Music Festival has to be maintained. The language has to be maintained. And that is something he carried. He's also traveled. So he didn't only push the World Creole Music Festival locally. He's traveled throughout the Caribbean to push the message in that Dominica has the best events where you can come and learn about our history, learn about our various genres of music like Calypso and Bouillon, and that is something that will forever stay. And I can say that his personality, his contribution is what has contributed highly to what makes the World Creole Music Festival what it is and where it is today.
Thank you for that, Marva. Thank you. We have someone on the line before anyone rebuts. Did we lose them? No, did I? Good morning, Creole Heartbeat.
Good morning. I just called to reach Wadix happy birthday.
Thank
many
you.
more birthdays to come. Good health and strength and progress and success towards his endeavor. Well, I know Wadix long time ago in terms of Wadi Kohe. And he was always a good mixed man in terms of music. And then he had Scientific Rose who used to team up with him. That's early in the 90s. And brother man, boy, this was good. And this guy is also DJ. I can remember when I was dancing as a little chick, man.
And he tell me, but where I get that energy from? I said, don't worry about that, man. Let's just enjoy ourselves. And that time, what it was giving me some sukus, and I always like a sukus. I always like, up to this day, I like sukus music. Compa, and this is what it's like. Most of the time, he was playing that. It was really fun, man, in them days there, man. No fighting, everything was going smooth, no problem.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't keep you guys too long. But anyway, I want to wish him all the best and success towards his endeavor, and enjoy his birthday. One love, and God bless him, and God bless you guys.
All right,
Have a
thank
blessed
you.
day.
Thank you. I see the phone line still going on. Good morning, Creole Heartbeat.
Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. I too want to add my voice and wish Wadik a very happy and blessed birthday. I want to make the point that many people know him best. I've known him probably all his life. I was raised in Pottersville, and he had Pottersville connection. And I know many people know him in connection with his passion for Creole culture and all of that. But I don't think many people know him as well as a passionate advocate for matters of the elderly. So he serves on the board of directors of the Dominica Council on Aging, and he has also assisted the Dominica Cancer Society to, in some of our promotions. So I really want to thank him for his selfless contribution to Dominica generally. And I agree with whoever made the point that he has now been elevated from Prince King Wadik. May God continue to bless, guide, and keep him.
All right, thank you. I still see the phone lines going on. Good morning, Creole Heartbeat.
Let me say good morning. I am calling from Wesley. And I must say, I applaud you guys for recognizing what it is. Because so many times people wait until people die to give them the flowers. And this flowers, this crown today that Wadix is receiving, he deserves it. I tell you, I'm a party animal. And when I go out, and if I'm in a bad mood, when Wadix talk, he gives you life to party. You understand?
Yes.
And I must say, he never tried to blend, try to compete with nobody. He always be himself. And that's what important. And he don't stand for nonsense. All right? Yeah. What else? All the best. May God going to bless you, protect you, and give you strength out of your journey. God is good. God bless.
All right. Okay, I think the phone line took a little pause. So we can get a little talking time. So
just to take off on what Marva was saying, and I'm sure Gordon wants to add, but he is a very passionate individual, and whatever he sets his mind to, whatever area he loves and wants to promote, it's almost like he puts his all into it. And Marva alluded to it with his involvement with the World Creole Music Festival, especially when she was there. But when you look at for instance, his programs on DBS, and then when you look at the Creole Heartbeat program, which he created and has maintained and sustained, and even the magazine, the Creole Heartbeat magazine that came out, he's involved with something like Val Ferry. I mean, there was no Val Ferry. All of a sudden, you're hearing about this Val Ferry.
Yeah.
And Wadix is the one making this name, known and popular. So when it comes to promoting, and as a promoter and as an influencer, and I would even call him a champion as well in culture. He's certainly very good. He has a gift for promoting and being almost like a public relations officer. We mentioned he's with Digicel, Marva mentioned, for 17 years.
Yes.
Whatever he's involved in, I find, whatever he has a love for, he really puts his all into it.
Potency.
Yeah.
Vibes, Mr. Lawrence, vibes.
Yes. And the caller spoke about the Council of the Aging, which
that's right.
I mean, I met Auntie Ophelia through him, and she is I think she's the president, and she's always trying to promote. And I don't remember what year it was. They were trying to get the word out, and Wadix was, you'd believe that he reached the age that is benefiting for how he getting on bad for the production to get through, So you see him showing that level of passion, the potency within it for almost everything that he does. That's definitely a true statement. But another area that I think he's a champion is as being a dad. I mean, we had a show with him and the guy, the one from we gave them recognition this year, Gordon. The great ones from something Henderson, the great ones from Grand Bay. No,
Chubby.
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 So we were trying to count to see who had more children in the room, and between he and between he, Wadix, and the other one, we had maybe 30 children in the room. So we know he's a great father also. So I mean, if you're
Okay.
Father of 9.
Oh, it's 9. Look at me thinking it was 8. We have someone on the line. Good morning, Creole Heartbeat.
Yeah, that's mystical again. And he's a good dancer too, Man, Mr. Light support. Listen, man, Dan. Mr. Noisy, good energy. Yeah, all right.
All right, thank you. Wow, I thought it was 8, Marva.
I swear it's 9.
But I would like to join Marva because there are so many things. We outlined a number of things that Wadix is involved in. It is very, very important that some people might believe that these are lucrative things for him. Most of these things he are doing it out of passion.
Yeah.
All these things, and I've been pretty close to him for the last few years, and I am surprised a lot of his personal money goes into those things. And even when he has had promises of support, sometimes that support doesn't come through. It's really passion. Another thing with his passion and his ability to make people happy. Sometimes when I listen to his shows, he will talk about champagne moments. But I have been with Wadix on tour. I've been in Wadix in Dominica. I think he only drinks milk.
Water.
And water. Trust me. You're so right.
So the champagne moments, I mean, the guy is an actor. And there's something that I must say because Julie mentioned it earlier. I am happy that Raymond Lawrence is there. Okay, it's Wadix's birthday, and we need to celebrate it. But there is something in common between Raymond Lawrence and Wadix. For a few years, I've always wondered how come Raymond Lawrence keeps on year after year recognizing people, and I don't know how can we, and when I say we, I mean Dominicans or Dominica, how can we reward and recognize someone like that? And Raymond Lawrence and Wadix, they both have these characteristics where they recognize people, award people, and I'm very, very happy that Raymond Lawrence is there.
Yeah, I call him my encyclopedia. Every time I say, Mr. Lawrence, I have something I'm doing, but in my Creole Heartbeat encyclopedia, you have to come. And he said, okay, no problem. But that's a very true statement. I don't know him that long, but even for my little time here in Creole Heartbeat, just to realize every time I need to know the history of a tree in Roseau, the history of Bayfront, the history he just always knows. And he's always willing. And you wonder where he puts all that information, but it makes it worse. He would come and you call him last night, no, but he has 10 pages already written down. He is that kind of person, and that also shows passion for what you do. So again,
Culture.
We'll find out your birthday, don't worry.
I
and
suspect his birthday is around the corner, if I recall.
And then Gordon, I mean, I know it's what it's his birthday too, but
Oh,
then
look at
Gordon,
this.
you too, as you know, through the many years, I remember visiting Guadeloupe with Waitokobuli, my dance company, and Exile One was in Guadeloupe at the time. And then we were able to meet up with them, talk with them. It was nice to meet Dominicans in Guadeloupe and people who were in the creative arts and so. But Gordon, has, as we all know, has been another culture. This is another
Definitely.
cultural icon.
That is Amsterdam. It's a great
Certainly
table here.
another cultural icon. And then, of course, Marva as well has played her role, especially with festivals committee and World Creole Music Festival. So.
And just to say, let me boast, I've been in the presence, in the personal presence of legends like Gordon Henderson. You know, we have our photos and stuff that will forever remain etched in my memory. We traveled together, you know, we did all of the promotions. I also learned so many things from him, you know, so I can boast up.
Definitely.
Yes.
Well, I was about to say I've had the opportunity of touring with Marvel Williams. Now, with regards to Raymond Lawrence, I don't know, Julie, I don't know if you know that he is, I use the present tense, an excellent dancer.
I found that out recently. He didn't tell me, but I found out.
I wrote a book, and well, I cannot avoid doing a little promotion and marketing. I'm in the process now of doing a documentary film based on the book.
Okay.
And in the book, there is a picture of Raymond Lawrence doing
Bele.
I am not sure because you know it's photography, but the way that his legs were up, it looks like he was pirouetting some kind of ballet or whatever.
I imagine, Gordon, I think I know exactly what picture you were talking about.
Yeah. Well, few people in Dominica may still have the book Zookland. Look it up. Here's right there.
Gordon, I just wanted to mention very quickly that I was happy to have been part with yourself and Shannon organizing those Caribbean Queen pageants. Because sometimes we forget that those pageants were staged in Dominica by Shannon and yourself, and then you all incorporated me. You engaged my services as well to be part of those Caribbean Queen pageants.
But what other voice and personality would one recommend for something like that?
Let's go to the phone line. Good morning, Creole Heartbeat.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, good morning.
Probably we need to ask Ray if he can still dance Ray. I can never forget that.
Thank you. A lot of people know that you dance.
Yes.
And they know that one with your leg up in the air.
And I mean, I still imagine the group is 52 years this year, you know, the way to Kubuli dance. I'm still the director. Don't dance like before, but I when I'm with them, I dance. I choreograph. I show them what they have to do and stuff.
I think a couple of years ago on Mapping TV, you know, they ended up showing some long time video. That was maybe like over 10 years ago, and I passed up. I said, okay.
Speaking of dance, Wadix is good at dancing.
Yeah.
You know?
Really?
Yes, because look at Mama. Put you outside. we Creole Heartbeat did the first ever Calypso Festival last year, and we had a few fringe events, and one of them was Cadas and Wine, which Wadix is training me to be an MC. So he had me there as his apprentice. And he told me about the Dasse Cole and Dasse Crochet. And I was like, I don't know what that is. But, I am very inquisitive about culture. Yeah. And Wadix taught me. I mean, everybody was laughing because, but Wadix still have moves. I think I have videos of it. So Wadix is a good dancer. I don't like Marvel facial expression.
I've never seen Wadix dance. I've never seen him.
You've never seen Wadix dance?
Wadix, if you're listening, next time I see him,
yes, to show you some
I want
moves,
to learn Dasse Cole too.
And there was a time where you know how it is, with, especially with public dancing, where people are just dancing all over. If they go, if they performing to a band or just enjoying it. But dance Cole and those dances, dance crochet, and then Gordon would know those as well. There was a time that type of dance. In fact, even the French people too, Guadeloupe, Martinique, they love that kind of dancing a lot.
Yeah.
But now, of course, the public dancing has changed. It's a different kind of.
But there's a reverence and intimacy to it, though. I think there's still a place for it, and just like how
definitely,
just like how we're trying to make sure Calypso continues to have its space in our culture. I think the dances that goes with it should be taught and continued. Totally so even if there's a dance for Bouillon and there's a dance for soca, that particular type of dancing, I think it's great. When you go somewhere and see people doing it, either Dominican or they're French. There's a sense of identity within that dance also.
And pretty much like as you have ballroom now, people are teaching ballroom dance and all.
Right.
Teaching those types of dance that go with cadence music. And the other types of similar,
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to Wadik's teaching me.
Movements, right?
I have seen Wadik's dance because probably young people today might think of dancing as an individual thing.
Today, yes. And
today.
Yeah.
Whereas probably before, calypso and waltz and whatever, people dance in pairs.
Yeah.
And I saw Wadik's dance. I think it might have been in the US. He can swing someone. There's a dance called Kizomba. Yeah, and compa as well is something that is danced
in pairs.
Couples, in pairs, and I cannot dance. And when I speak of the dance that Wadix does is like Caribbean ballroom dancing.
So Wadix is twirling people around then.
Yes. But the other party must know how to dance as well.
Yeah.
And Wadix is very good at that. And that has always surprised me because I'm involved in making people dance, but I cannot dance. Wadix can dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to get him on the phone, but he may be crying somewhere.
Oh.
He may be here and say, look at what they're doing. Because I'm not getting him. It would be nice to hear him today. Okay, we have someone on the phone line. Oh, we lost them. I encourage you to call back with like your contribution. We have 10 more minutes before, not with 10 minutes. We have 8 more minutes before the end of the show. So how would you most remember Wadix? I know it's a plethora, but how would you most remember him? Yes.
Wadix has just an energy, a very dynamic person. I guess that is out of all the work that he does, he's involved in so many different things. But as I said, in all of them, he has an energy, he has a spirit, he has a life. The person who called a while ago said, boy, when you hear Wadix's voice, you just want to get up and dance and move. So he's a mover, he's a shaker, as they say sometimes, influencer. And in a very positive way, I find. And Mark, his vocal. Marva alluded to that. He can be vocal, outspoken. That's part of his personality, and that's fine. But he has that kind of energy that seems to sort of motivate people to get up and move. And maybe you might be a little down, feeling a little depressed or something, but he has, the ability to, rejuvenate that spirit of yours and get you going again. So I think for me, that's the important thing. And maybe that has contributed to all the success Wadix has had, because he's a good promoter, he's a good public speaker, he's a good public relations person. So that I think has worked in his favor. Plus, he really loves his Creole culture.
Yes.
And then he has really been an ambassador for Creole culture in Dominica.
Okay. Martha?
Well, for me, I will always look at Wadix as a cultural enthusiast, a major icon when it comes to the language, when it comes to the music, the food, the dance. I will remember Wadix for his strong personality, that he will stand strong for something and he will defend it regardless. Like Wadix will literally excuse you if it is, and that is something that some people will take for granted. Oftentimes people look at me as somebody who's direct, but oftentimes I wish I was even as direct to that extent, where I can tell something. If you're going to engage in nonsense or contradict, what I believe in, prevent what I think should be extended to the long term from materializing, then I do not want to affiliate with you. And Wadix is that type of personality. If you're trying to stifle creativity, if you're trying to bury history, if you're trying to change history in a way that contradicts what is known, he will stand strong. So I always remember and big him up for that. And something that Wadix has been doing for years. Wadix, anywhere we are in a professional forum on Saturday, people have to be messaging me one thing. Wadix like to call your name, and Wadix have to call my name on the radio, and then Wadix have to say, Martha, my shabby and stuff like that. So, we always take kicks on those things. So I will always remember him for those things, So like I said, our relationship is beyond that of Digicel. It really started back at at the Dominica Festivals Committee, and it's been maintained. And something else that Wadix does, Wadix can be my father. So Wadix always gives me advice, he always gives me direction on how to stay on the straight and narrow, how to be aware of my surroundings. He tells me, Mother, you're probably leaning back and whatever, but you are such and such a person, so you have to make sure you do X, Y, and Z. So I'm very grateful for him for those things.
All right, Mr. Henderson, before you give us your final thoughts, I would just want to read some of our Facebook comments. We have people here. Sandra Norris says, wishing Wadix a wonderful and blessed birthday, wishing him many, many more birthdays. We have Lister George saying, happy birthday, King Wadix. You've started you see that Gordon now. Everybody's saying King Wadix. We have Crispin Schillenford saying, happy birthday, blessings, Wadix. Blessing, guidance, and always positive, Dominica. Merlina Charles saying, happy birthday, Leroy. Jennifer Nicholas, happy birthday to him. It's also my birthday. On behalf of Creole Heartbeat, Jennifer Nicholas, we wish you a happy and beautiful birthday today. We have Catherine Nichols Lowe saying happy birthday to the King Wadix, Sakai Malad. We have Alicia Griffin saying happy birthday, King Wadix, Sakai Malad. You see, you got a no. So we have someone say Wadix is straightforward, no nonsense person. I like that for him, that we're born. That's how Taurus are. They are bold. So we want to thank everybody who stopped by on our Facebook page and the live to wish him happy birthday. And not because Marva is here, but also our show is sponsored by Digicel. So thank you. Thank you for stopping by. So Mr. Gordon, your final words. We have 2 minutes left.
Well, real quick, I must mention that Wadix is a ladies' man par excellence. He knows how to call Marva Shabinette. He knows how to call Julie Mango, regardless of the forum. Regardless of the forum. But what I can say about Wadix, besides happy birthday, is he always reminds me of a Trinidad calypso that I heard when I was a boy, of some Trinidadian getting home, but he lost his passport. And they were looking for the defining factors of what is a Trinidadian. So he said, well, bring a pan. And they brought a pan and he played it. And he had the recipe for roti. I think of Wadix. Wadix has all the defining factors of a Dominican. Happy birthday, bro.
Yes. And from DJ Slim, your turn. Take the mic.
Oh, yes. A father figure, a friend, my teacher, and my mentor, Prince Wadix. Wadix probably think he's my mentor because of how awesome a DJ is. But it's because his career has transcended into business. Wadix, that is why you are my mentor. And we love and appreciate you for that. So happy birthday to you. Wishing you 10 times everything you wish for yourself and more.
All right. And from me, it's difficult for me to bottle how, what I think of Wadix. When you're multifaceted, you're multi-talented, you're opinionated, and all this, it's so difficult for you to say, I like you because of this, or I love you because of this, or I appreciate you because of this. But I know that we can all agree. No, he wants a message. No, the chauffeur. He think it's mad. I think we can all agree that Wadix is definitely one of the essential ingredients in the history of Dominica, whether through culture, now travel, media. We didn't even speak of all the awards that he has attained, but he will definitely be remembered as some of the salt of Dominica, someone who brought flavor. So today, we wish you many, 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 many more birthdays. We wish you love, wish you strength. We wish you all the things that you desire. And on behalf of Digicel, Creole Heartbeat, the House of Culture, Exile One, DJ Slim, and everyone who's listening, a blessed and happy birthday to you. This is another edition of Creole Heartbeat brought to you by Digicel today. And we were celebrating the man himself, Wadix, Wadikole, Sakai, my lad. What's the next one? Lad J. Birthday. So thank you for being here with us.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Wadix.
Happy birthday. Wish you many more.
Many, many more.
More. That's right. Thank you, Gordon. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
We thanking you, brother.